So the other day, I made a statement at the end of one video that we would be purchasing a Sony Bravia 5 mini LED TV from 2025 that just came out after we give our Vizio TV to our best friend. Well, actually, you know what? I think we're going to make a bit of a smarter choice right now instead of doing that. I think what we're going to do is we're just essentially going to purchase another Sony X90L, which is pretty much what we're using right now, to basically have a backup for that. Because honestly, if you go to ratings.com, they have done a full on review of both the Bravia 5 and the X90L. And even though the Bravia 5 is a mini LED TV from Sony and the X90L is technically just a full array, the X90L still comes out on top, not in terms of contrast, but contrast is going to be pretty much very, very similar between the two TVs. But honestly, it doesn't look that much different. However, the brightness in HDR highlights absolutely pop on the X90L, and that is actually what they said that the X90L still achieves. And then with its lower price point, it's honestly just a no-brainer at this point. So instead, we're just going to go on ahead and offer for the X90L, another X90L, before the TV gets discontinued. And, or well, technically it already did, but before, I should say, the stock remains to be, like, running out and whatnot. Because we don't know if it's going to be available for like another month. It could be available till like December. Hell, it could even be available till like January. But it has officially been discontinued from production, so we don't know when exactly the X90L is going to honestly be officially no longer in stores. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get it exactly right now. We're just going to pay for the leasing of it for Progressive Leasing through Best Buy, and we're going to pretty much put a delivery down for either November or December, so that way we could save up some money toward it, and then all we have to worry about is paying whatever we got some money off in like the next few months and whatnot. So honestly, I think this is going to be a smarter choice because right now the Bravia 5 is $1,300 for the 65-inch size, and for the same size in the X90L, it is actually $900. So it's almost a good quarter of the price cheaper than the Bravia 5, and you're really going to just get pretty much identical performance, if not even better, because in terms of its brightness and HDR bright highlights that just absolutely pop. And the local dimming might actually be just a tiny bit better on the Bravia 5, but it's honestly not going to be that much noticeable whatsoever. And I think that people would absolutely still be very, very satisfied with the brightness and HDR highlights that the X90L actually can produce. So, with that being said, this is actually what I think we're going to be doing. But if we didn't do this and the TV was this, completely empty, the stock was completely emptied out, then we probably would have made an even bigger, smarter choice in getting the more popular, higher up Bravia 7. Because that one is a monster. But the Bravia 5 is still going to be a decent TV. But if I was you, I would probably pick up the X90L if you was wondering right now, because honestly, for 900 bucks, it is still a very good quality TV. And I find myself when I was playing GTA 5 last night on the one that I have before buying the extra one in case if this one breaks, I actually found myself even coming from somebody that plays on QD OLED and regular OLED in the other rooms. I personally was still very impressed with the X90L's picture quality and playing GTA 5 and the colors and the highlights and whatnot. I was still very impressed with it. So even coming from somebody from an OLED, the X90L is still absolutely an amazing TV. So that's honestly what I think we are going to be doing is we are officially going to be getting the like another X90L. We're going to go on ahead, sign up for a leasing for it, and that's pretty much going to be it. And we're going to set for delivery in November or December around the holiday season. And then by the time we get to like November, or not November, February and such with income tax time, if we still have to whatever pay on it, we'll do it. So, yeah, I think we're just going to go on ahead and offer for the X90L instead of the Bravia 5 while we can get it while it is still available. Because I find myself yesterday just still very impressed with the X90L's picture quality and bright highlights, HDR brightness, and just brightness in general. And I just find myself still very impressed. And this is coming from somebody from OLED territory of both LG WOLEDs and Samsung QD-OLEDs, and I still think the X90L is impressive. And I still think it is right now playing Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered on just a base PlayStation 5. So, yeah, we're going to just offer for the X90L and get the cheaper TV that's still going to be good while we can, and then that way we could save a few hundred extra dollars. But with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and you let us know in the comment section down below if this helped you decide on picking up like a Bravia 5, or if you thought that it was better to pick last year's model. Well, I should say the year before's model, the X90L, and if you are very, very thankful that you got the X90L. So let us know in the comment section down below of your thoughts about if this helped you decide picking up the X90L over the Bravia 5, or if you still picked up the Bravia 5 and how is your Bravia 5 experience. So let us know in the comment section down below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and we will see you in the next one.